Hey everybody! Welcome back to Northernlion Plays Enter the Gungeon. I hate to play the gunslinger, not because he's an uninteresting character. Hold on. Cat, you can't be on the desk. How many times have I gotta tell you? Get out of here. Yeah, you pet him in the box, and then he's like, yo, the box pets. It's a self-petting box. Not true. I hate to play as the gunslinger, not because he's an uninteresting character, but because he should be easy mode, and yet every time we play as the gunslinger, we die to the rat. I have no explanation. Except, you know, the one I refuse to face head on, which is my own badness. Either way, it's always a pleasure to play Gungeon. We've gone through good phases, we've gone through bad phases. I would call this a middling phase. We've had rat wins. We took the opportunity to try to learn some counters on the rat fight, which was very nice. Sorry, I was just letting my son out. There you go. It sounds really bad if you don't know that my son is my cat. It sounds like I have my own children locked up in my office. I promise you, the only family member locked in this office is me until I beat this Gungeon run. Or, you know, bathroom emergencies or something. You never know. I'd say we're in a middling sort of phase in Gungeon. We've had positives and negatives. Cerebrally, I'm feeling relatively solid today. Copacetic, not the greatest sleep last night, but you know, I'm far beyond using that as an excuse. It's jet lag, dude. You're supposed to move your jet lag back 1 time zone per day. Well, what do you do when you're 16 time zones away? You know? You just let it ride. You gotta, and thank God the Pokemon Nintendo Direct was on last night. Hold on, I said encoding overloaded. Consider lowering the bit rate in order to... Might be getting the occasional frame dip, actually, which is rare. Especially because it's using 2% of my computer processor power right now. Anyway. I'm excited. Always like a Gungeon. It's just it's a very pleasant game to play. It's like dangerously pleasant. And you know what I mean by that is... when I say dangerous, it's not that it's actually a bad thing. It's just a bad thing from a content perspective. Because when it comes time to think of like new series, sometimes you gotta separate the wheat from the chaff, right? And you go, well, I can't stop playing Isaac. It's Isaac. I can't stop playing Spire. I haven't beat 820 yet. Can't stop playing Gungeon. It's so pleasant. It's such a pleasant experience every time. It's so polished, mechanically enjoyable. Still haven't absolutely mastered the game to the point of boredom. Obviously, we're not even close to that right now. It's another, like, evergreen game. And who knows? You know, I don't know the future. Maybe it will be an evergreen game for us for a bit. And we've already... let me just put it this way. We've been publishing a Gungeon episode every single day. The last 2 months have flown by. It has not been like... You know, oh man, I can't believe we played 2 months of Gungeon. It has actually been like, you're telling me we played 2 months of Gungeon already? That's crazy. I feel like I've just barely scratched the surface. And I'll tell it like it is, especially now that we're like further away from it. But when I left, when I stopped playing Gungeon on the channel back in, I don't know, 2015. I did feel that. I was sort of like, you know, oh my god, I wouldn't say it's become a slog, but I was like, every single one of these runs is 80 minutes long, and I'm continuously running out of ammo for the guns that are actually fun to use. There were some times, I would say that some of the Gungeon runs bordered a little bit on tedious. It's always been a great game, but it perhaps suffered... I didn't get hit. I did not get hit. It just looked bad. Sometimes the long tail of it might have suffered with the previous balance of the game, is all I'm trying to say. We got a little lucky there, I think. I'll stand by the gun forcing. Yo, quad laser is an acceptable boss killer. Also, synergize. Oh, we get the synergy by default. Why? Why would we do that? Okay. We have 4 keys. That's incredible. Start by opening brown chest. Cigarettes. You smoke them, you get cooler. I'm not endorsing that in real life. I'm just saying. It's the way it works in the game. Definitely gonna open green chest. Red Guanstone. I'm for anything that makes our dodge better. Even if it seems a little modest. Brick Breaker, I think, is fine. And also, I was just going to say, we're going to have maybe the synergy with... The bigger the cushion, the sweeter the pushing. That's what I said. Did you guys know? Many of you probably knew this, and you're going to be like, why would you even bring that up, dude? It's common knowledge. But some of you are going to be like, what? If you've ever seen Better Call Saul, Chuck McGill... very pivotal character. If you're like, who's Chuck? Maybe you haven't seen the show. Is the front man from Spinal Tap. For real. David St. Michael? Look, I don't remember the main character's name in Spinal Tap. Anyway, the actor is Michael McKean. This is Spinal Tap. Now I gotta know. It's Saint something, I think. Cast. David St. Hubbins and Nigel Tufnell, of course. Alright. You know what? Let's use the Brick Breaker. I think it's good to great. Plus, we have potential for ammo drops. And even if we don't, I mean, the gunslinger weapon is fine. So I think the way I understand the cigarettes is that we should be using, like, coolness matters a lot in this game, I think. I don't think we curse ourselves with it at any point, so I think we should just be using it anytime we have HP. HP we're comfortable spending, at least. Could be wrong, but I don't think I'm wrong. I've seen Michael McKean in other stuff. He's been in a lot of Christopher Guest's work, but, when I saw him in Better Call Saul, I was like, oh, this character, he's gonna get up to some you know, easily. He plays a pretty by-the-book sort of guy in the... Anyway, you should watch. It's a great show, and if you've seen Better Call Saul and you haven't seen Spinal Tap, you should see Spinal Tap. That's where Big Bottoms comes from. It was like the original Tenacious D. A send-up of rock music that is simultaneously like... I mean, I don't know if I call it authentic, but pretty jamming sometimes. I don't think we need... well, I was going to say I don't think we need the gun force. And while I believe that's true, we don't want to just open a blue chest out of nowhere. Just because we don't want a gun force. Or we don't have to gun force. We want to at least wait and see what our other chest is. We could gun force very easily because the quad laser and or the brick breaker, that was bad, are both going to be adequate boss killers. Wow, that's substantially worse. Okay, so we got 2 blue chests. Let's open this one. It does allow us to steal, but I think we're better off with the cigarettes. That's just one of the... Every roguelite has that exact same feeling. The feeling of when you've already got an active item, you spend a limited resource, and it gives you another active item you do not want. So I wasn't mentioning it because I was embarrassed, but yeah, we're starting to take more damage than I feel comfortable with right here. It's all right. I mean, it's the Oubliette. It's a little trickier, but it shouldn't be this tricky. It's fine. We might want to purchase a key, but we definitely... I mean, you know my deal. I'm not going to explain it every single time, but I'll explain it in shorter terms every single time. I like the rat fight because of the punch-out section. Ergo, we will go to the rat fight because of the punch-out section. It's, as Fred Durst said, I believe he was the first person who said it originally, it's, my way or the highway. Dude, I don't even want to talk about my level of HP right now. I'm embarrassed. Get away from me. Thought we'd activate every trap door just to get a little freaky with it. We could always go to the shop and buy HP. Buying HP is like the ultimate admission of badness, though. I would instead like to maintain plausible deniability that somehow what I'm doing is like actually on purpose, even though that wouldn't make any sense. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Okay, hold it together here. You got an enemy. Oh, the shots are fast because of our synergies. They're fast, but they take a little while to reload. I'm not sure if you've noticed. Yeah, okay, you know what? You might be better off with the dang old brick breaker. And you know the rules, right? Like, there's one bad floor on every Gungeon run I've ever done. Oftentimes, that bad floor shows up at the worst... Oh, no. At the worst possible time. It shows up at, bullet hell. Or it shows up at, the forge. Makes things substantially more difficult. This time... we should consider ourselves blessed. Because our bad floor is happening on the Oubliette. Let's be cool. How cool would it be if we just smoked and died here? Not that cool? Alright, duly noted. How lucky are we that our bad floor is happening so far in advance of when it should actually matter, provided we live? Okay, that's enough HP for me to feel a little bit better. Let's get a move on here. I'm very, you know, not pleased with my performance on this floor. That should be pretty apparent. I mean, could have told you that. This doesn't work, huh? You know... and we need a key to get in there. What do you... make a sacrifice, lose HP? You know, I've already got cigarettes. I don't need you for that. So you're going to think I've lost my mind. We're going to throw the quad laser in here. And we're going to throw the bullet in here. And we're going to hope that between the synergies and the whatever the gun muncher gives us to begin with, this ends up being a worthy trade. I actually think the Luxon cannon is a completely fine room clearer. Now, don't shoot the messenger, okay? You know what? A key is 30. How much is a blank? It's over here. 24? Okay, that's... I'm willing to give this a shot. Because there might be a key in here. If there's not, maybe HP. Wow. Sir Junkin. That's alright. It's more fodder to give to the serpent. Whoa. That one was very unhappy. Okay. Take me down to the next floor. It could be worse. It could be worse, dude. It's something people say when they're, you know, making excuses for, you know, poor performance. But I promise you that even though I just brought that up, that's not what's happening in this case. Do you believe me? If so, I got a bridge I want to sell you. Such a strange expression, still. I get it, like most idioms, comes from a different era. There was like apparently a very famous con man who would go around selling the Brooklyn Bridge to people. You'd buy like a stake in the Brooklyn Bridge. I don't understand the specifics, but I remember we talked about it on the NLSS once. We looked it up. We gotta change that now. We gotta change it to like the Nigerian prince scam. That's the most common and noteworthy modern scam. Is, hey, person I've never met before. My family's like, I don't know, being held prisoner. They need an American bank account in order to get their $300 billion out of the bank. Because you know what's very common is wealthy people not being able to use their money to solve their problems. That's why overseas billionaires are constantly contacting people of average or, you know, around average wealth in other countries. Just to be, hey, could you mail this letter for me? I'm not trying to rag on the people who get caught by the scam, okay? That's victim blaming. Victim blaming's not okay. That being said, anybody who gets caught by the Nigerian prince scam in the year 2019, if they're of relatively sound mind, what happened? Everybody knows about this, but I don't even know if that's the scam anymore. There's probably other ones. I'm gonna open it. We got a gun. What are the Derringer synergies, dude? I gotta know. Hook me up. Thorns are periodically fired in all directions. It has musket balls. It definitely appears to be bouncing musket balls. Still, it seems real bad. Hold on. Let's do it. We saw that there was a key in there. So we need to buy the, well, need is always a strong word. We would like to buy the nod key. Hold on, hold on. This has been working for us. So we're gonna smoke a little bit. I actually think we should go a little deeper. Why not? I don't think you gain that much coolness per drag. So you know what? We're taking this opportunity to be a little bit more aggressive here. The coolness, we can almost get ourselves into a financially unsustainable area, you know? Well, we could pay for the coolness now when we have the money. Or we could get a coolness loan. And then we can pay it back later with the money that we earn from the coolness. What do you think about that? Yeah, not so stupid now, am I? Alan Greenspan. What do you mean my actions directly contributed to the 2008 recession? I mean, my actions didn't. I was in university at the time. Unless buying, you know, too many pitchers of beer a week was the cause of the recession, I don't think I got much culpability. The next one, you know, you never, God willing, I'll be able to be a part of that next one. I'm missing out. Don't eat it. That was an easy flawless. Ammo, please? No, that's fine. It's not bad. What the heck are you? The exotic. Okay. Let me say, a boss killer that shoots fast? Sounds good to me. So we still want the nod key. Not a mimic. I promise. Shadow bullets. Occasionally, you saw it right there. Occasionally we get an extra bullet coming out. Pretty valuable for our guns that don't have a lot of ammo, but you know, use it well. Like perhaps the exotic, where I used 2% of our ammo just seeing what it did. Okay, easy money. Don't forget about the nod key. We already found the secret room. Gun muncher. We could probably munch the Derringer. I don't really want to munch the Luxon cannon. I don't think it's that good, but we have it and it's pretty good. No complaints. You know what? Take another hit. There we go. So I'm hoping that, again, it's kind of like you got to spend money to make money, you know? Or you can spend money to make money, maybe is a better way to describe it. Because you don't have to spend money to make money. Sometimes you can just make money. You know, it helps, I think, in a lot of situations to be able... You know, you buy a product people are interested in, resell it at a markup or something like that. Sure, you got to spend money to make money. You got a restaurant, well, you got to spend money to make money. You need a storefront. You need staff. Even for a YouTube channel, you know, you need a Dazzle DVC100 with the RCA cables. This is a little dated advice. Trip down memory lane. Yeah, that's cool. Just throw some HP away. You know, you could just get a huge inheritance. Don't really have to spend money to make money in that situation. Pretty much just made money. You don't have to do anything except be born. Jason born, that is. Okay, what do you... No, I am game, but we're not ready yet. I will come back. By the way, I haven't been looking for rat rooms. I've been too busy on this Jason Bourne tangent. What are my odds here? Well, I actually think, like, our odds for the rat fight are pretty great. I feel like we got good, room clearing items. Guns, that is. That's what they're called. And I feel like on top of good room clearing guns, I wouldn't say I'm in the zone. We did have that one terrible floor, but I'm not overly concerned about my performance thus far. Last floor made me feel a little bit better about things. Hoping our coolness stack carries us a little bit. Excuse me, sir, I would like some ammunition. This will try the Derringer, but I would be surprised if it's actually better than the Slinger. Yeah. I mean, it's not working. But it's also kind of like not working, you know? I know what I said. I don't know. It's fun. We can use it for a bit. I am a little embarrassed. I always, for the number of runs I've done, you think I would get it through my, oh, we definitely are getting thorns as well. For the number of runs that I've done, you think I'd have it like second nature to look for the rats now. I'm just going to assume that I actually do have it second nature to look for the rats and just haven't seen them yet. Like that, this felt like a primo rat room to me. At least the Derringer pierces. Maybe it is a little bit better than the Slinger. Oh, didn't mean to bug you here, sir. Whoa, this is a heck of a shot attempt. He knows. He knows. So I think it's not necessary to flawless the boss. But, I mean, it's always helpful. It would be particularly helpful because we're not at full HP. But I can't be that greedy. You know, we did flawless our first two bosses. There's a lot of situations in which that has not come to pass. I honestly thought you were a doppelganger. I don't know why I was shooting you. I was gonna mention it. It was like, look, I saw him split and I still shot the doppelganger. This is the rat room. Okay. Then it wasn't a doppelganger. Okay. Looking for dust in all the right places. Looking for dust in these 4 spaces. Looking for dust I'm looking for dust. Come on. I mean, I found it. Thank you. Dropped a rat down there. I apologize. Active duct tape? Well, let's duct tape the brick breaker to the exotic. This seems like it could be a lot of fun. That's not how that works. We've put our 2 best weapons together, I think. Oh my word. You know, we should just say a word of thank you for one. By the way, I used my key in the right spot. So I was like, we need to purchase a key. This is a disaster. We should always utter a word of thanks when you get duct tape out of a chest. In a way, it's not an ideal chest item for me because you can screw it up, you know? If you get a good or an amazing passive out of a chest, you're not going to screw it up. You already have it. How are you going to screw up, you know, having 2 HP? I mean, you can get hit, but that doesn't mean you didn't have it. If anything, it makes it more useful. The duct tape, there's a certain element of, you know, your own agency. You can make mistakes. Can we smoke to get temporary invincibility and help us flawless the bosses? It's a little bit too precious. But too precious doesn't necessarily mean doesn't work. I'm so dumb. I deserved to get hit there, and yet I did not. This is always the dangerous one. Okay, fair enough. Wow. Well, I got unlucky, let's say, and then lucky. So, you know, an eye for an eye. We'll take ammo there, and then use the hegemony carbine, which we seem to get on every single run now. Not that I'm complaining. And the science cannon, which we seem to get on every single run now. We'll purchase a key. We'll head downwards. And, you know, 5 HP. There it is. 5 HP, good room clearers. It doesn't have me too twisted up. I think we should have a good chance to get to the punch-out. We get to the punch-out, we're going to beat the punch-out. We beat the punch-out, we're going to get a lot of items. We're going to get a lot of items. We're going to win the coin toss. We're going to receive the kick, and we're going to score. Matt Hasselbeck. Overtime of the Seahawks versus Pittsburgh Steelers game. Spoilers, the Seahawks lost. Womp womp. 250 bullets in this thing, too. Oh, I get it, because it's, yeah, 1 and 5, and 1 has 50, 1 has 250. I got you. Okay. So you mean upright, up, upright. Up. Right. I think we should be spamming it. Maybe. Up. Okay. Oh, no, I did it wrong. Oh, my God. Is up, right, dummy? The question is, does this count as the up, or does this count as the... This should be first up. Oh, man. That's the second time I've done that. How embarrassing. So that should be up. This should be up, right? Thank you, thank you. Thank you, brain. I really appreciate it. Maybe I was more tired than I thought. Stop spawning, please. Then we go right. Don't ever speak to me about this. That's if you ever get it twisted up. You know what, dude? If we're gonna go out, we're gonna go out cool, okay? Maximum peak coolness. I'm disappointed because I'm dumb. I mean, there's no way to get around my dumbness here. There's a high degree of dumbness. The only thing I can offer in my own defense is if you get it wrong the first time, I really thought we were on the right track the second time. But in my defense, I am quite tired. I didn't even see you there. Don't send me out like that. I would never do that to you. I would never hit the space bar and end the run. That's not the kind of move I've based my life around. That's a coward's move. That's what a coward does when they say, you know, I'm not gonna let the game beat me. I'm gonna beat myself for my own self-esteem. See, you'll be like, NL, what's the difference between that and what you did? What I did was put myself 2 hits away from death, which is something that super cool guys do as a way to symbolize their coolness. Okay, this is a shoot fast situation. That's how you know I want to live. I actually used a blank on a non-boss room. That's how much I care about my well-being right now. I wanted this to be humorous. I didn't want it to actually kill us. Now we're gonna fight ourselves back. Hey, dude! Don't make it back. It's alright. Because of our coolness, every time we finish a room, we're gonna get a consumable. Yikes. Extreme yikes. Go ahead. Go. Got him. Every time we finish a room, we're going to get a consumable. Do not get it twisted. Okay, we didn't get one that time, but that's every time from this point onwards. I don't know how we afforded... Oh, why not? Yo, it's got unfinished gun in it. And some HP. You neglected to mention the HP, dude. The shells from the previous... Sorry, the casings from the previous room came to get us. That's how we could afford the full heart. I hate to purchase the full heart. It makes me feel like I'm not very good at the game. But hey, so you buy Spirit Hearts and Isaac, you tell yourself it's different just because they're blue? I don't think so. You know, I'm starting to feel a little, you know, just feeling the shakes. Let's get one more going. Okay. This is obviously not going to be the best run of Gungeon that anyone's ever produced, but we can at least make it the coolest run of Gungeon that anyone's ever produced. You know what I mean? Just a nice, cool run. And the idea, I know coolness, I don't know if it actually affects consumable drops, or as I call them, cool-sumable drops. But it definitely affects at least chest drop rate. I would bet that that's indicative of it affecting consumable drop rate too. And I mean, if that's the case, we might as well smoke them, you know? Because sure, a jammed enemy could kill us in one hit, but how many jammed... I'm just joking. We're not going to do it. Not yet. I mean, we'll do it again, without a doubt. But not immediately. I think I got a death wish. Let me go. So you know the deal. At this point, having screwed up the rat fight, you might get your wish. I will, try to do bullet hell. I really will. Out of the goodness of my heart and a well-placed sense of obligation to a community that enjoys my content and has given me so much. Got him. We'll extend the lifeblood of this video. Plus, the longer the run, the more smoking opportunities we get. I don't even need... Look, if you're talking about... and now you're not setting a good example for the kids with your jokes. I don't smoke. I am on the record that... I'm not saying if you smoke, you're dumb. But if you don't presently smoke and you start, that's a dumb move. And I don't think you need the man behind the videos to say that, but if you do, there it is. What... I'm looking at the man in the mirror. I'm asking him to change his ways. The message couldn't get any clearer. If you enjoyed the video, click the like button and and then make a change. Sorry, that was a bad episode. Next time, we'll figure it out. Don't let it get you down. We got plenty of opportunities to come back. If you enjoyed the episode, click the like button. It helps a great deal. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. For now, thanks so much. I'll see you next time. See ya.